Hey everyone, I want to take a moment and thank you all for listening and watching the first episode of our series. I'm excited to announce that I'm starting a new series called Breakroom Tales. In these shorter form episodes, I'll be sharing some interesting cases that I come across. If there's a particular case or topic that you like or you want me to talk about more, please comment and let me know. I'd love to dive deeper into those and create some longer episodes for y'all. Thank you again for all the support and stay tuned for more content.
Welcome to Breakroom Mysteries, where true crime, the paranormal, and the unexplained meet. Join me in the break room as we delve into spine-chilling tales and puzzling mysteries. Grab your coffee, settle in. Now, let's dive in.
With that being said, today we're covering one of the most chilling and heart-wrenching cases in true crime history, the murder of 12-year-old Shanda Sharer. This story involves jealousy, manipulation, and unimaginable cruelty. It's a reminder of how dark human nature can get, and how an innocent life can be taken away by the most unexpected predators. Before we delve into the details, I want to issue a content warning. The episode contains descriptions of extreme violence and may not be suitable for all listeners. Listener discretion is advised. It was a cold night in Madison, Indiana, on January 10th, 1992. Shanda, a bright and cheerful 12-year-old, was spending the evening at her father's house. Unbeknownst to her, 4 teenage girls, driven by a twisted sense of jealousy and revenge, had made her their target. These girls were Melinda Loveless, Lori Tackett, Hope Rippey, and Tony Lawrence. Together, they would commit a crime so heinous it would leave an indelible mark on the small town and the nation. To understand how this tragedy unfolded, we have to take a closer look at the backgrounds of the individuals involved. Shanda was born on June 6, 1979 in Pineville, Kentucky. Her parents, Steve and Jacqueline, divorced when she was young, and Shanda moved to New Albany, Indiana with her mother. Shanda was also known for her bubbly personality, her love for cheerleading, and her bright smile that could light up any room. Melinda Loveless, on the other hand, had a troubled upbringing. Born in 1975, she was the youngest of 3 daughters in a family marked with instability and abuse. Her father, Larry Loveless, was a violent and abusive man, and her mother, Marjorie, struggled to provide a stable home. Melinda's early exposure to violence and neglect left deep scars, contributing to her violent behavior and emotional instability. Lori Tackett, born in 1974, also had a turbulent childhood. Her family moved frequently, and Lori struggled with her identity and fitting in. She found solace in the occult and developed a fascination with violence and death. Hope Rippey and Tony Lawrence, both born in 1976, had relatively more stable backgrounds, but they were easily influenced by their peers and drawn into Melinda and Lori's dark world. The catalyst for the tragic events on January 10th was a love triangle involving Shanda, Melinda, and Amanda Heavrin. Amanda and Melinda had been in a tumultuous relationship, marked by jealousy and possessiveness. When Amanda began showing interest in Shanda, Melinda's jealousy turned into a burning rage. She saw Shanda as a threat that needed to be taken out. On the night of the murder, Melinda enlisted the help of Lori, Hope, and Tony. They devised a plan to lure Shanda out of her house by pretending to be friends of Amanda. Hope and Tony, who were less involved in the planning, went along with the scheme, not fully comprehending the horror that was about to unfold. At around midnight, the girls arrived at Shanda's house. Hope and Tony knocked on the door and told Shanda that Amanda wanted to see her. Eager to meet Amanda, Shanda willingly went with them, not suspecting any danger. They drove her to a remote location where Melinda and Lori were waiting. From that moment, Shanda's nightmare began. The girls took Shanda to an abandoned house where they tied her up and began torturing her. Melinda taunted Shanda, revealing her deep-seated hatred and jealousy. Over the next few hours, Shanda endured unimaginable pain and suffering at the hands of her captors. The girls beat her, cut her, and ultimately set her on fire. Shanda's cries for help went unanswered, and her life was brutally extinguished. Shanda's body was discovered the next day by 2 hunters. The sight was horrifying. Her charred remains were barely recognizable. The police quickly launched an investigation, and it wasn't long before they linked the crime to Melinda, Lori, Hope, and Tony. The girls were arrested and charged with murder. Their trial revealed the full extent of their brutality, and they were found all guilty. The murder of Shanda left a deep scar on the community and the families involved. Melinda, Lori, Hope, and Tony were all sentenced to varying terms in prison. The case raised questions about the nature of juvenile crime, the influence of peer pressure, and the capacity for violence among teenagers. Shanda's mother, Jacqueline Vaught, dedicated her life to fighting for justice and supporting victims of violent crimes. She established the Shanda Sharer Scholarship Fund in her daughter's memory, providing scholarships for students in need. The fund serves as a reminder of Shanda's potential and the future she was robbed of. The story of Shanda Sharer is a heartbreaking reminder of the darkness that can reside in human hearts and the tragic consequences of jealousy and violence. It's a story that will continue to haunt those who hear it, a cautionary tale about the importance of kindness, empathy, and understanding. Thank you all for joining me on this first episode of Breakroom Tales. If you or someone you know is struggling with thoughts of violence or is in a dangerous situation, please seek help. There are resources available, and no one should ever face these challenges alone. Until next time, guys, stay safe out there.